Hey guys, hi, Bryson here, and welcome to my show. And today we are about to take a look at a very scary video and a very scary situation. Now, this guy right here is addicted to gambling, and so far he's basically spent around $1 million on lottery tickets. The scary thing is basically, how do you make that much money and how do you spend all of it on lottery tickets? Okay, and by the way, that's why I don't participate in gambling. I don't buy lottery tickets. I don't play any numbers. I don't do any of that stuff because basically the odds are against you and you know that. So the worst thing you can do is get started and then start the habit, and then next thing you know, it develops into an addiction. So that's why I don't deal with any of this stuff right here. But for this video right here, guys, let's review this and find out exactly how this guy got developed into this entire situation right here. And by the way, I post videos on this channel every single day, so make sure to also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you're notified every time I post a video, and on top of that, also destroying the like button. Now, without further ado, let's find out exactly how this guy got into this big mess.
I was so addicted to gambling that it took over my life.
Gambling addict spends $1 million on lottery tickets. See, I wasn't lying about this.
Adam Osmond was once one of the most prolific gamblers in the US.
This is probably about $1 million, but then again, that's only the last 2 years of my gambling.
What? What? The last 2 years? $1 million? That means $500,000 per year. That means this guy either has to make a ton of money or basically is very good at gambling and spends it right back into this whole, oh my gosh, this is crazy.
And that's just a small part of it. I came here to go to college, and I've been here ever since. I got married, have my children, and I've been here almost 30 years now.
Wow, so he's been in America for 30 years. His name is Adam Osmond, and he's a gambling. Okay, so far, I'm very interested to hear his story.
The tragic thing with Adam, he used his abilities, he used his hard work, and he fell victim to one of the other things in America, what I've heard called the jackpot mentality.
Yeah, the jackpot mentality. The idea that you're going to hit the big one. You know, it only takes $10, $20, $5, $1,000, $10,000 to just make that money that you will never ever be able to spend. Once you win the lottery, you'll be good to go. But Tommy, you know what? If you never play the lottery, you never have a chance. So what? Okay, I don't want a chance at anything like this because basically the odds are against you. They're against you. They're against you. I'd rather invest my money, get a return every single year. But again, a lot of people fall victim to this, and that's why I avoid all this stuff like the plague.
Adam used to run 2 convenience stores in Connecticut. Between 2002 and 2008, he started spending thousands of dollars on the lottery in his store every week.
Oh wow, so he actually had 2 convenience stores. And then it's just saying, like, when and people outside, you know, when they sell stuff, you know, basically they say like, hey, you never want to consume your own product. And basically he's selling lottery tickets, and then maybe like one person came back, hey, I actually won $1,000. Like, okay, maybe since I'm the owner of the store, I can just basically buy, and hopefully I can just become a millionaire. Let's find out though.
And the only reason why I was in that business was just to support my addiction. This is $10. That has never even been scratched. These are $30 a ticket. I will buy them by the book.
Wow, so he would buy these lottery tickets by the book. I didn't even know you can buy them like that. Buy them by the book and then scratch it off. Oh my gosh. And by the way, if you guys noticed, the interesting thing is that basically when you have an addiction in a sense, right, you find a way to make it done, you know? So this guy's very entrepreneurial and basically found a way to basically have his job, in a sense, his business, pay for this addiction. So he's also very creative, right? But he just spends the money on the wrong things.
Each book is 25 or 30, and you multiply 30, that's about $900. So I was hiding the tickets from my family, and I was so addicted to gambling that it took over my life.
Yeah, man, like whenever you have like something like this that you don't want to share with your family, and you're just like buying this much, and it's like, you know, you hide it from everybody, you feel ashamed of it, it's usually a sign like, hey, maybe I need help. And the best thing is always, you know what, I don't think people understand that basically, right? if you have problems with finances, you go to a financial advisor. If you have problem with medical issues, you go to a doctor. If you have problem with gambling, go to a therapist, okay? Go to someone that can actually help you. Don't be ashamed of any of this stuff, because basically, there's a professional for you for everything, because basically, you can't know the answer to everything. You just can't say like, hey, I'm going to stop. The answer is no. Get some help. Get some help. Get some help.
He knew what he was doing was destroying himself and his family.
In March 2008, Adam suffered a nervous breakdown after over a decade of compulsive gambling.
A decade. 12 years. 12 years of hiding this secret from his family, doing these things he shouldn't be doing. Oh my God.
The first week, I printed about 54,000 tickets. None of them was cash. Didn't even check it. You cannot even possibly check all those numbers.
He printed 54,000 tickets. He couldn't check all the numbers. And the idea is, guys, I think what the idea is, he tried to win like the jackpot. So he printed a whole bunch of tickets like, okay, this combination, this combination, this combination. He couldn't even check all the combinations, you know? It's insane. By the way, if I did this, I would probably just like put it into an Excel sheet and then just look it up myself, right? But imagine if he won and he never cashed it. Wouldn't that be something, right?
Connecticut Lottery called me because I didn't pay for it. I couldn't pay for it. I was crying for help. By law, they're supposed to shut my machine by that time. And the next week, I printed tickets again, non-stop.
For 3 weeks.
Wow, so he couldn't pay for this. And basically, the lottery people called him, and they still allowed him to continue and enabled his addiction. Wow. Wow.
Adam printed over $250,000 worth of lotto tickets before his machine was finally shut down.
The Connecticut Lottery did not shut my machine off when I was late payment, or even when I print all those tickets, because I was very valuable to them, and I was...
I'm very high valuable to them? Value? I mean, if you have, for example, a store, I'm guessing he wasn't telling like, hey, I'm the person printing them, because basically I'm trying to win the lottery, like just me, myself. I'm guessing that's why they thought like he was valuable, but like if he... I doubt it, you know. Maybe they thought like, hey, this guy is selling so much tickets, but it was just him.
I was one of their best customers.
He was the first and only gambling addict to be convicted for printing lottery tickets.
It's really sad because, you know, this used to be my family in here, and now they are not here. And, you know, when I look at it around the house, and, you know, that was my daughter's.
After being charged.
You know, guys, I'll tell you the truth, man. It's a tragedy. It's a tragedy when somebody goes something like this and basically loses everything. Everything. Do I blame them? The answer is, you know what? You know, there was this court case with this compulsive poker player, and she didn't win. She tried to blame it that, hey, the poker people basically they kept coming at me and they offered me all this stuff. That's why I kept going, and then they developed an addiction. The answer is, at the end of the day, as a person, you are responsible for your actions, right? But at this point in his life, right, I always think, you know what? You gotta go get some help. You have to go get some help, and you have to know when you need to get some help. And you can't just be like, hey, imagine losing your whole family over some tickets that you possibly couldn't even check. It becomes less about like, hey, let me win the ticket, and it becomes more about the thrill of like, hey, maybe I could win the ticket. You know, it's very, there's in a habit, you have the cue, the routine, and the reward. It becomes a part of like, hey, my cue is the lottery tickets, right? The machine. And then the routine is I print some numbers, and the reward is I win, I might not win, and it triggers this in your brain that basically says like, hey, I almost won. So that makes you want to keep playing and playing and playing even more. It's a very insane system.
Adam was ordered to pay the sum of the tickets printed, despite never cashing any of them in.
His wife and 3 children, 3 girls, had to go to Virginia.
Can you imagine that? You have to pay all these tickets off despite never even cashing them in. Like I told you guys, okay, it becomes more about the thrill.
Live with relatives because of his financial ruin. And he sends money to them, and he lives in squalor.
Yeah, now he has to take care of his family, but he's no longer even with his family. His family left him, man. It's a very sad situation all around.
Because these tickets, my family cannot live here. And I'm still paying for this, a piece of papers that destroy my family.
and Connecticut Lottery will claim that this is revenue for the government.
Wow, yeah, because again, lottery tickets are part of the government's revenue. And by the way, it's not a new thing. This has been going on since like Rome days, okay? Like, like all this game stuff like that. Like if you look at history, it'll show you why we have these games. But the idea is, you know what? Now he has to pay all this stuff off. Look at his house. His house looks like it's like just abandoned, you know? And he has to pay all this stuff off, and he can't leave. It sucks. It sucks a lot.
In the US, the odds of winning the overall lottery are approximately 1 in 258 million.
1 in 258 million. Those are the odds of going ahead and winning the lottery. The odds of becoming a millionaire, if you invest religiously into the S&P 500, are 1 in 1. You know what I mean? Because basically, history shows you, the data shows you the expected return every single year. But these odds, I can't play this game.
In Connecticut, there are up to 9 lotto draws a day, each game costing between 50 cents and $5, with scratch cards on top of this, priced from $1 up to $30 each.
Yeah, because the idea is you think like, hey, $1, $3, doesn't matter, no big deal, right? No big deal. And then before you know it, you spend $30 a day. 30 times 30 is $900 every single month. And before you know it, you have a problem. Okay, you have a problem in your hands. And you might win, for example, 20 bucks here, maybe even $1,000 here. But in reality, you're spending way so much money on it. You're spending way so much money, way so much more.
The Connecticut Lottery does run programs to support addicted gamblers, and a percentage of the profits go towards government programs such as libraries, public safety, and education.
Yeah, and they also have like these programs to support like addicts, but in reality, you support addicts, but then you also enable them in a sense. It's a very strange system. Kind of like, you know what? I know you have an addiction. I'm still gonna sell you the product, but I'm gonna help you get over your addiction also. Isn't it weird? It's weird.
Since I stopped gambling and when I hit the bottom, I picked up a better habit. When I was gambling in, my mind was always numbers. I'll be driving in, and if it's a bus driving in front of me, I will pick that numbers and I'll say that, oh, you know, that bus number had 3057.
Oh yes, I've seen this so many times. I know some old people that basically say like, hey, I dreamt this, so now the number's gonna come out. Hey, I saw this number in my coffee, so this number is gonna come out. And I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Okay, like, you know, it comes to a point where you're so infatuated with what you're doing that you actually believe that, hey, I'm actually going to win. And I've heard people that basically, they win often, but then you find out like, hey, because everyone talks about their wins, no one talks about their losses. So for example, you might win $1,000, and next thing you know, they don't tell you like, hey, I spent over $5,000 on this, you know? But let's find out how he went ahead and switched up his habit. Usually what you want to do is you want to replace the routine, okay? The routine, you want to replace it. Let's hear it.
And I will go to my store and play 3057 or whatever number that I saw. Sunshine, I run. Snow, I run.
In November 2015, 7 years after his original conviction, a new judge reviewed his case and found his original penalty to be illegal.
Wow, his original penalty was illegal? Let's hear why.
He no longer has to pay back the remaining money from the uncashed tickets.
Yeah, I guess that's pretty fair, right? I mean, that's pretty fair. If you haven't cashed your tickets, then why are you charging me for them, you know? But I also understand that, hey, you still like, you still kind of like got it. It doesn't matter if you cashed it or not. So I also understand that. You know, I get both perspective, but I think it'll be fair to be like, hey, you know what? We're not going to charge you for these ones because basically you never cashed them in. So yeah, I understand that.
And I will never stop running. And again, I always tell my friends, I'm running away from gambling. And every time I'm running, I say, I'm running away from the lottery.
Yeah. So basically, he replaces gambling addiction basically with running. Now, what this is called, guys, basically, whenever you get the cue, the feeling, the urge to do something, instead of doing the routine of gambling, what you basically do is you go out there and you run. And the reward would be like that feeling that all those chemicals in your brain, also your body, release to you from the running, okay? So it's also like, that's how you basically replace a habit. And that's how you also get like habit therapy. Although I highly recommend, if you have this much trouble, don't listen to me. Go to a psychologist. Get some help. Alright guys, so that is the end of the video, but that is about it for this video. I think I said everything I had to say about him. It's a very sad situation. However, I see this happening a lot every single day. And sometimes you think you don't have a problem, and you think like, hey, you know what, maybe like I don't have a problem. But in reality, once you take away that thing that you actually don't have a problem with, you kind of become like, hey, I need this. And that's when you know like, hey, I actually have a problem. But overall, guys, comment down below and let me know, what do you think about this story? And if you know anyone with this problem, you want to get them some help and you want to let them know also. Even if they don't like you or whatever, just tell them, hey, I think you should review what you're doing. And I think you should kind of like change if you want to, okay? That's the whole goal. But you should always be honest with people. But overall, guys, comment down below. Let me know. And as always, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Also, destroy the like button. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you get notified every time I post a video. And on top of that, also follow me on Bryson. And before I go, if you want to watch another video, basically on Graham Stephan's girlfriend and how she invests, well, here's that video right here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. And as always, peace.